What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis and welcome back to another video. So we're here in the office today. I just got back my ATI ICP test results that I submitted I think a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half. But anyways, I wanted to go through the results not only in the RO system but also on the 300 and kind of go over a game plan of what I'm going to do to address some of the issues that I have here in the ICP. So if you look at the top, I have an overall 80%. Major elements 80 out of 20 or 80 out of 100, minor elements 90 out of 100, pollutants 100, and base elements 100. So base elements and pollutants are good to go, so I'm glad there's nothing crazy in the tank. Now, just an FYI here, this ICP test was taken after removing the tub, so that was removing 125 gallons worth of water and then doing a 60-gallon water change, 30 one day, 30 the next day, and then I went ahead and submitted this ICP test. I also went ahead and changed out the filters in the system, then tested the new water that I put in there. So this wasn't a test of the old water, and it wasn't a test prior to doing water changes. So these are the results. I imagine they were worse beforehand. As I mentioned, the RO block, or not the RO, but the carbon blocks definitely needed to be changed. There was some issues with that. And then, of course, I was having some coral issues in the 300 gallons. So with that said, these are the results. I'm going to show you guys what I got going on, and then we're going to go through and talk about the solution. So I'm just going to bring up this other screen here, which shows you what I'm dosing, which this is Aquatics fuel. If you guys don't know, currently I'm dosing 150 milliliters of this stuff once a week. Based on the results I've seen so far, I might increase that on top of dosing some separate elements just to kind of get everything back on track. Of course, doing my bi-weekly 35-gallon water change. But yeah, so we'll go through everything that I dosed in this video as well, but primarily I'm getting most of the elements here through Aquatics fuel. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at our first thing here. Sulfur looks to be low. Now, one thing you can fix, this is not something you can dose or remove in any other way other than doing water changes. So given the fact that I wasn't doing water changes, this makes perfect sense to me. I wasn't doing water changes really at all for months on end. Like I said, just kind of being lazy and being distracted. So I'm just going to continue doing my bi-weekly water change. That will take care of the sulfur issue. Not really concerned with that. Moving down here to potassium, it's a little high. If you guys look at my dosing schedule, I am dosing 30 milliliters of potassium once a week. I'm actually going to go ahead and just stop doing that altogether to bring these levels down a little bit. They're not crazy high. I usually stay around 410, 420, so a 453 is not really huge, but I am probably going to skip the next month or so and then just get back into it. Of course, there is potassium in my salt that I use. So basically that, you know, I'm going to have potassium coming in on that, and that's the Fritz blue box for anybody who's wondering. So yeah, I might just stop dosing potassium for a while. You know, one less thing I got to buy, right? So next thing here, we have bromine. It's a little low, and as you can see here, I am dosing a form of bromine called bromide, which then you know, it transforms over to bromine once it's in the salt water there. So I am dosing that. What they say here on the recommendation is to dose 99 milliliters for 2 days. I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase this. I think I'm just going to increase the dose of my my testing, because I am underdosing based on my water volume for the fuel. So I might just go up to the recommended or do a little bit more, but we'll see within the next couple months when I do another ICP test if that actually works. So I'm not going to buy this bromine. I'm just going to increase the dose to take care of that. Moving over here to strontium. Now, this is a little low. I do have strontium supplements here, and let me look over here. Do I see it? Is it being dosed? It is not being dosed. I do know on the Reef Plus it was in there, but it's not being dosed here. I do have some downstairs. The only issue is it's a strontium molybdenum or molybdenum or however you want to pronounce it. It's a combination. So I think I'm just going to buy strontium alone, because you can see here the molybdenum or molybdenum, whatever, is a little high. It's actually extremely high, but it's always been like that. So, and it is being dosed in the refuel. It's just kind of is what it is. Haven't seen any negative side effects of it, but I am going to order some strontium by itself and take care of that dose. They say 59 milliliters for 2 days, so I'll take care of that when it comes in, get that back on track. Let's go to move over here to fluorine. or fluorine, sorry. It looks like it's a little low. Now, I did some research on this stuff, and it does say that it wants me to dose 54 milliliters for 5 days. I am going to purchase some from Bulk Reef Supply. I couldn't find it anywhere else, and it is a pretty key component for skeletal growth and structures, and I've had it low in the past, and I don't remember how I supplemented before, if I did at all. I probably didn't. So with that said, I am going to purchase some of it alongside the iodine and the strontium, and I'll just kind of dose that stuff to get it back up. And again, we'll check back in a couple months when we do another ICP test. So going to take care of that. Again, we just mentioned iodine. It is low. It's actually extremely low. I was dosing it for a while. I ran out and I just didn't dose it anymore. Now it is here in my reef fuel here, but or fuel, not refuel, but fuel. And so I'm just going to keep dosing that, increase that, and then I am going to buy it separately and attempt to get to that normal recommended amount, because it's pretty low. So yep, let's go ahead and move down here. What else we got here? Molybdenum, DM, whatever is high. I don't know what happened. I know that I was dosing strontium earlier on that had the combination of the two that might have elevated the levels. Of course, I'm dosing it every week in my aquavitro fuel, so that's not helping the situation. So I really haven't seen any negative side effects of it. I do know if the levels get really, really high, you can have some problems with skeletal structure and growth with that. But outside of that, I guess I'm just going to leave it alone and try not to dose it if I can, other than the fact that it's, it's in my fuel. So maybe in the future, I'll have to double check with Reef Plus to see if it has the molybdenum in it. But I got to find a supplement that covers everything I need and maybe have strontium in it and not have that, so we can try to get the level down in the future. But on the grand scheme of things, man, we're micromanaging elements here. It's not a huge deal, but it is something to think about. Manganese, it looks like it's a little low. It says dose 2.4 milliliters for 1 day. I have that already in my refuel, so again, I'm not going to buy that, leave that alone. Same thing with the zinc. It's low. It's in here, so I'm going to leave that alone, just increase my dose, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So on the grand scheme of things, the tank really isn't in a bad spot. Again, this is after doing the water change and moving the tub, getting rid of the tub. So I know things were worse before, plus I was having fluctuations in alkalinity, not paying attention to the calc wasser, just things in general, right? So with that said, to basically sum up this video so it's not incredibly long, I think we're at like 7.5 minutes now, but I'm going to continue to do my bi-weekly 35-gallon water changes with my Fritz Blue Box. I'm going to increase the dose to 200 milliliters a week of the fuel, which I believe is around the recommended for the tank per week. It might be a little under. I'll have to double check, but I'm just going to leave that for the next couple months. We'll do an ICP test. Of course, I'm going to get the iodine and the fluorine on top of the, what else the other one we need to get? We need to get the strontium. So I am going to order those 3, dose them per the recommendations here from ATI. And again, we'll double check in a couple months because, yeah, every 3 months, every 3 to 4 months-ish, we are doing an ICP test on the reef tank and the RO. So let's look at the RO real quick. There was nothing in there, but we'll check it out. Good to go. Pretty much zero everything. Now, they did say that I was low on nitrates. I guess there is an acceptable point of nitrates, but we are at 0. So that means the new carbon blocks are working. That means the new membranes are working. The DI is working, which is all good things. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy. I'm going to stick with ATI. I like the way they do it with the RO system, plus sending out 3 samples of the reef tank, which is nice. So yeah. Yeah, if you guys do ICP tests, let me know. If you guys think it's unnecessary, feel free to let me know as well. I am definitely at the point where I do enjoy micromanaging the reef tank, as long as we can micromanage, but we have to take care of take care of the basic things as well. But we're all guilty of slacking. So with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.